Living in Reseda, there's a freeway running through.
Tom Petty was more than a rock star. He was a fan of rock music long before he ever stepped on stage. And throughout his life, he spoke openly about the albums that shaped him, inspired him, and pushed him to become one of the greatest songwriters of his generation. Today, we're counting down 10 rock albums Tom Petty personally called his favorites, based entirely on interviews, radio shows, and documentaries, where he discussed the music that changed his life. Let's get started. 1. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, 1956. Tom Petty often said that his musical life began the day he first heard Elvis. The self-titled debut album was a revelation, raw, electric, and undeniably dangerous. Petty described the energy as like lightning in a record player, instantly igniting his passion for rock and roll. He recalled being a teenager, mesmerized by Elvis's voice that could shift effortlessly from tender to explosive, backed by a piano, bass, and electric guitar that sounded revolutionary in 1956. This album didn't just teach him the basics of rock, it taught him how to move people with sound, how a record could feel alive, urgent, and intimate all at once. Petty often mentioned the tracks Blue Suede Shoes and I Got a Woman as formative in his understanding of rhythm, phrasing, and storytelling through music. Elvis's charisma and sheer musicality inspired Petty to approach performance with a blend of authenticity and showmanship. In interviews, Petty reflected that listening to Elvis taught him the power of simplicity. A strong vocal, a compelling melody, and the right amount of attitude could capture hearts. The album wasn't just an influence, it was a spark that set his entire musical trajectory in motion. 2. Highway 61. Revisited. Bob Dylan, 1965. Tom Petty frequently praised Dylan's Highway 61 Revisited as an album that expanded his idea of what lyrics could do. Unlike the Elvis album, which was all energy and performance, Dylan's record revealed the power of storytelling and wordplay in rock music. Petty admired Dylan's ability to weave vivid, surreal images into compelling songs that also felt immediate and emotionally raw. Tracks like a Rolling Stone and Desolation Row fascinated Petty. He marveled at the sheer confidence it took to release songs that defied conventional song structure while still resonating deeply with listeners. In interviews, he mentioned that Dylan taught him that rock songs could be more than entertainment. They could be poetic, philosophical, and personal, all at once. Beyond lyrics, 3. Rubber Soul. The Beatles, 1965. Rubber Soul was the album that made Tom Petty realize rock could be sophisticated, intimate, and experimental at the same time. He recalled first hearing it as a teenager and being blown away by the depth of the lyrics, the harmonies, and the melodic inventiveness. Songs like Norwegian Wood and In My Life opened his mind to the potential of blending storytelling with pop sensibility. Petty was particularly influenced by the Beatles' ability to make each instrument contribute to the song's emotion rather than simply fill space. The acoustic textures, bass lines, and vocal arrangements on Rubber Soul demonstrated that every note mattered, a lesson Petty applied in his own recordings with the Heartbreakers. In interviews, he said this album inspired him to think about album sequencing, tone, and song dynamics. 4. Are You Experienced? The Jimi Hendrix Experience, 1967. Are You Experienced was the album that showed Petty that rock could be explosive, experimental, and utterly fearless. He frequently mentioned Hendrix in interviews, highlighting the way he used the guitar as both a melodic instrument and a source of raw sonic power. Hendrix's innovative techniques, from feedback to controlled distortion, transformed the electric guitar into a voice capable of screaming, singing, and bending reality itself. For Petty, this album represented freedom in music. It taught him that pushing technical boundaries didn't require abandoning emotion. Hendrix's improvisations were technically daring yet deeply expressive. Songs like Purple Haze and Foxy Lady left a lasting impression on Petty, influencing his approach to guitar tones, dynamics, and the integration of lead lines into his own compositions. 5. My Generation, The Who, 1965. The Who's debut album, My Generation, embodied the raw, rebellious energy that captivated Tom Petty. He often credited Pete Townshend's aggressive guitar attack and Roger Daltrey's powerful vocals as transformative influences on his early approach to rock. For Petty, the album represented the rebellious spirit of youth and the intensity of rock music as social expression. He admired the way The Who fused emotional urgency with technical skill. Songs like I Can't Explain and The Kids Are All Right showed him that rock could convey frustration, hope, and attitude simultaneously. He admired Keith Richards' rhythm guitar, Brian Jones's multi-instrumental textures, and Mick Jagger's vocal delivery, all of which conveyed swagger, tension, and excitement. Petty frequently stated that the album taught him that rock could thrive in imperfection, that the feel of the music often mattered more than technical precision. Songs like Tell Me and Not Fade Away inspired him to focus on groove, attitude, and energy in his own recordings. 7. The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan, 1963. Yes, Dylan appears twice, and for good reason. Petty said Freewheelin' was a revelation. These songs inspired his sense of storytelling and taught him that rock could be introspective and personal. Blowin' in the Wind and A Hard Rain's a Gonna Fall especially shaped his early writing. 8. The Doors. The Doors, 1967. Tom Petty often spoke about The Doors as an album that brought a darker, more mysterious side of rock to his attention. Jim Morrison's vocals, combined with Robbie Krieger's intricate guitar lines and Ray Manzarek's hypnotic organ, created a sound that was both rebellious and poetic. Petty admired the way The Doors fused rock with poetry and theatricality, showing him that rock could be intellectual, experimental, and emotionally intense simultaneously. 9. Music from Big Pink, The Band, 1968. Tom Petty often referred to Music from Big Pink as one of the most influential American rock albums of his youth. The band's approach to music, raw, organic, and character-driven, resonated deeply with him. Unlike heavily produced pop, this album focused on storytelling, emotional honesty, and the interplay between musicians, which deeply influenced Petty's songwriting philosophy. Songs like The Wait and I Shall Be Released demonstrated how simplicity could carry immense emotional weight. Petty admired how the band made each instrument serve the story, not just the melody, something he applied directly to his own work with the Heartbreakers. In YouTube interviews and documentaries, Petty described the album as a blueprint for collaboration, showing him that cohesive, group-focused music could elevate a song beyond the sum of its parts. 10. All Things Must Pass, George Harrison, 1970. Tom Petty had a lifelong admiration for George Harrison, particularly after their collaboration in the Traveling Wilburys. Petty consistently cited All Things Must Pass as a monumental album that showcased Harrison's songwriting mastery and spiritual depth. In interviews and tribute videos on YouTube, Petty emphasized how the album's rich layers, melodic inventiveness, and lyrical introspection had a profound impact on his own approach to music. The songs on All Things Must Pass combine heartfelt introspection with soaring melodies, Tracks like My Sweet Lord and Isn't It a Pity taught Petty the importance of blending accessibility with emotional honesty. He admired Harrison's ability to craft arrangements that felt both expansive and intimate, a balance Petty sought in his own albums. The record also highlighted the power of patience and refinement, showing that crafting songs with care could yield enduring artistic impact. These 10 albums didn't just shape Tom Petty's musical tastes, they shaped the entire sound of rock and roll. Each one played a part in forming the artist he eventually became, from his earliest songwriting to his greatest hits with the Heartbreakers. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Tom Petty's favorite rock albums, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which legend we should cover next. Thanks for watching, and keep the music alive.